For more content like this, log on to GibboPresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and I am once again joined by Major Lazer and Black Chinese very own Walshy Fire. Walshy, what's good?
What's up, Gibbo?
Let's start with Peace is the Mission, the third album from Major Lazer, which is out right now. Is Peace the Mission, or was that just a catchy title?
No, Peace is definitely the mission, but Peace the Mission is a title that is self-interpretory, if that's a word. It just is what it is to you. I think Major Lazer, what we've done is put fun at the forefront of our shows and of our music. So it's just about having fun and what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like, you know, at peace. And so that's what the name derives from, is doing so many shows and watching people like just go crazy over what we're doing and seeing that build and build and build and realizing like that's actually what we offer to the world. You know, for the moment that we're here is an opportunity to just get away from all the stuff that's happening, you know. And of course there are actual real things that are happening in the world that are in need of peace and in need of resolution, but we wouldn't put like a definition to that. We'd make you decide, the person that's listening to the music or coming to the shows, you decide what does that mean for you, you know?
Was there a certain direction you guys decided you wanted to take things musically with this album?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to make songs that were way more longer lasting, you know? If you listen to some of the previous albums, they are very for the club, very for now, versus this album, which has a lot more well-written songs, well-produced songs that hopefully should have a longer life. Like Powerful with Taurus Riley and Ellie Goulding is a song that should stand the test of time. It's not one of those songs that's going to definitely rise up in the club. You probably won't hear it in the club anytime soon. But for those DJs and selectors who are pioneers of bussing song, with no outfit like really bus song, that song will eventually, I think, be the biggest song on the album eventually, you know. But right now, Lean On is #1 in the world. Too Original is also doing extremely well, and Roll the Bass is doing extremely well.
Why only 9 tracks? I'm sure you guys had no shortage of material recorded.
No, man, I have 40 songs. I'm not even lying to you. I have 40 songs. I got 3 albums worth of material, but we have to, somebody has to kind of, I think, be at the forefront of what's happening now, and I think that we've taken up that role as far as being connected with the generation of people who are listening to music now and understanding how they work. And how they work is short attention span. You get me? So you get them an album with 15 or 20 tracks, it will never, in this generation, it will just not be as effective as an album that has 10 songs on it. The chance of them just having those 10 songs on repeat and really getting to enjoy them songs is much, much more. So we also, you know, I say that to say this, the intention is to drop 2 more albums after this. It's a trilogy album. You get me? So Peace is the Mission is the first one, Music is the Weapon is the second one, and then the third one will either be a bunch of remixes and some additional tracks, or all original material too, depending on how it works. But Peace is the Mission, Music is the Weapon, in case you didn't know, that is the official name for the next one. Supposed to be dropping early next year. And that's the goal, is to give you 10 tracks, 10 tracks, 10 tracks in a manner that you can actually digest each album fully and appreciate how much work was put into it.
So is Music is the Weapon pretty much ready to go already? You're just waiting for the right moment to drop it?
Yeah, man. Straight up. So early next year. But like I said before, we were planning for late this year. And then Lean On just took off. You know, and Lean On took off to the point where now it's the #1 song in the world, sorry. It's the #1 song in the world. And also, if you look at like where it's #1, Spotify and Shazam, it's almost like Billboard charts are not as relevant as it used to be. And I don't want to just say that, but when you look at how people listen to music, they're streaming it and they're Shazamming to find out. They're in the mall going, what song is that? And that's important. Those are important numbers, as well as Spotify and Pandora and other streaming services. You realize that's how people listen to music now, So to have a #1 song in the world, like, I mean, every single country, and I can send you the number sheet, it's crazy. It's very difficult to drop another album right after. You have to kind of let that breathe and do its thing. So it hopefully will be the song of the summer. I go on Jimmy Fallon next week, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, the 24th. And that's going to be crazy. And then it's going to get another bump. When we go on Jimmy Fallon, it's going to be like, for sure, it's going to be like, for who not buy the album, we're looking at hopefully getting some money after Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that Jimmy Fallon appearance. Are you going to be actually doing an interview with him, or are you just on as musical guests?
Musical guests, like last time.
Great, yeah, we can actually get that here in the UK. We have CNBC, which is business news during the day, but then in the evening, we get the Jimmy Fallon Show a few days late.
Party in the night, you know how it is.
Yeah, I think a few people miss that with it being a business news thing during the day, but we'll have to let them know over here in the UK. Any clues as to what to expect from Music Is the Weapon, either in terms of feel or sound of the album or artists featured?
No, we wouldn't give away anything right now. Right now, we're just focused on Peace Is the Mission. I really, really, really explain what that album has on it and what that's about. Starting to talk about Music Is the Weapon would confuse everything when people haven't really dug into what I just gave them. So, yeah, I wouldn't announce anything on that yet.
When we spoke around the time of the release of Apocalypse Soon, I remember you telling me about the importance of being friends with the artists you work with. Is this still just as important for you?
Yeah, it's all that matters, man. At the end of the day, every sound man that's watching this right now knows how difficult artists can be in dancehall and in reggae. And I've done it all, man. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've done it all. And I refuse at this point, to run down anybody or try to get somebody on a record that doesn't have maybe a mutual respect for what I'm doing. So right now, if you see them on the album, we've been friends for a while now, and we've definitely, at very least, got a mutual respect. Like Randy Valentine, he's a newer artist. He's new to me, but that mutual respect was there. And when I contacted him and when I said, yo, here's the rhythm, sent a couple demos, he sent back like 3 demos, you know what I'm saying, on Roll the Bass. So that's the kind of artist that we're working with right now. The new generation of artists that get it, that get it. It's work. Just keep working. Just work. Like, there's no whole heap of, dudes around you, no bad man thing, no whole heap of, none of that. Them days are done. Like, those days are done. Just get into the studio and work, man, make song. So, big up Randy Valentine and big up Tarantula for making that song happen. That's a good example.
Of course, Randy Valentine and Tarantula feature on Roll the Bass. Can you tell the story of how the inspiration for that track came about? If I'm right, it was after you listened to Pretty Posse's Tarantula custom dub?
Correct. Yeah, and big up Walshy Fire, who I want to say locked off a sound that night in Brooklyn. So I was watching the video, and that was probably one of the most amazing moments in dancehall I'd seen in a long time. Jesus Christ. I mean, we've been doing this so long, you rarely get impressed. But to have a dub that tested out your sound system equipment as cleanly as that dub did, Tarantula is a sound man that knows what he's doing and could make the record actually be a for real tester. But then, you know, to be able to use it in a soundclash, and I mean, I think the soundclash was over already, and Nashina already won, and they were just doing it to do it now. Well, you could see the forward. You could see people seeing it and saying, "Yo, that's extremely creative." And that's the same thing I said when I saw the video. I say, "Yo, that bad." So I just linked Tarantula one time. I just get the dub for Major Lazer. He did it for Major Lazer. But we ended up also using a sample from the original one, you know. So big up Tarantula. That was his first sample he ever cleared. But yeah, you know, which is why I continue to watch Soundclash and continue to watch and listen to Soundclash audio, because there's a lot of creativity happening there. And it's a good place to get inspiration.
Generally speaking, I would guess someone who listens to Ellie Goulding, for example, isn't the same person who listens to Mad Cobra, both artists who are featured on the new album. Is there such a thing as being too diverse when it comes to the artists featured and the material included on a project? Is there any danger that instead of pleasing as many people as possible, you end up pleasing no one?
I guess we'll see. Yeah, time will tell. This is a good example. We'll see.
Is that a consideration of yours when you make the album, or had that thought not come into your mind?
No. We know that these songs are good songs. Nobody should care who sang on it. You know, if I got Gibbo to sing on a song with Ellie Goulding, if your sound is, if you have a good voice and Ellie has a good voice, that's all that matters. The song itself is just good, regardless of who's singing on it. So it's not about who's singing on it. It's not about the features. It's about good verses, good vocals. Then you go, yo, Mud Cobra mash up that song there. He actually destroyed that song. You know, Ellie Goulding destroyed that song. Taurus Riley destroyed that song. So now, I don't think we thought about that at all. We just was making good music. And every song makes sense. Taurus Riley and Ellie Goulding, that song makes sense. It's a power ballad. When's the last time somebody did a power ballad? Like, I don't know. You know, I don't know, but that's a power ballad. It's like a Sam Cooke, you know, Otis Redding type style song. So for the people that haven't listened to the album, and like I said before, I find that my culture, Jamaicans, West Indians, and mostly the dancehall people, they're going to be the last. You know, they're going to be the last. Big up Polish in New York, where I am now. You know, he sent me a video of him playing Lean On at a dance. And when I said dance, but me dance, I like dance. And I couldn't believe it, because I know and this was about 2 months ago, you know, and that's why I say he's one of the pioneers. He's one of the people that went off a break record, you know, and really get the songs out there. So, you know, 2-3 months ago, he's playing Lean On to a bunch of people who are going, what is that? What is that? What is that? You know, and he's just got the confidence and the speech and the argument for get the song. And now he's playing it. He sent me a video clip with the song. Just I get like crazy pull up, you know. And I'm like, man, the song is already #1 for the rest of the world. But dancehall, because it's such a hard bubble to break in or out of. They'll just be the last ones. I know it already. They'll just be the last ones to get it. Soca crowd, they'll get it before the dancehall crowd will. But when the dancehall crowd gets it, it's going to get a whole other life, you know?
Talk to me about the experience of shooting the video for that song, Lean On, out in India. Judging by the video, it looks like you guys had a great time.
Yeah, man, it was a wonderful time. When you watch the video, please understand why the videos is so good. It's because your boy was kind of killing it with the dance moves, you know what I'm saying? I had to go, you know what I'm saying? For who knows some used to dance one time, I had to go, like, you know, do some stretches and stuff and just get back into it, man. It was a wonderful thing. India's a beautiful place. We should be good.
I need to ask you about those dance moves, actually. Were they choreographed, or do you just have those in the arsenal ready for a moment like that?
I also freestyle, because you see what I did. I did a little way up, stay up, you know what I'm saying? I did a little something that that the kids could get at, you know what I'm saying? But they actually did have a Bollywood choreographer on set, and he just came out with his own video. This is the God honest truth. Go watch him on video. He came out with a video saying, teaching people how to dance the lean on, and it's a full video of all the choreography that he did in the thing. Everybody's hustling, man. I ain't even mad at it. You got to go watch it though. It's funny as hell because he's dead serious. He's like not even joking, you know. But yeah, it's been a blessing, man. That video was one of the best things that we ever did. That and Boomaye were probably the most talked about videos that we've ever done. And we just shot the video for 2 Original with Elephant from Sweden and Jovi Rockwell from Jamaica. And that should be another video that people latch onto when it drops.
Last thing, Major Lazer, before we finish with your solo stuff. Have you been involved at all with the Major Lazer cartoon, which is currently airing on FXX in America? Yeah,
nah, not a single thing. That was a completely different production company. The most we did was lend some ideas and give some character names, but not a single thing. I'm watching it for the first time like everyone else. We all are, you know. It's good though. It's cool. It's definitely for college kids, you know, because the content is very like trippy and, you know, we talk about weed and stuff like that. So people like it, man. People like it a lot. You know, I've only seen like 3 episodes and I think it's pretty cool. And all the voices are celebrities, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Do you know if it will be aired internationally at all?
I'm sure, man. You can go on Hulu, I think. I'm sure if you look it up, you'll see it. You know, Major Lazer cartoon. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But officially released, I'm not sure. Again, I had nothing to do with that. We had nothing to do with that. Past okaying it and lending some ideas to it, you know. But everybody says that Double Cup is their favorite episode with Riff Raff rapping. You know. But yeah, man, trust me, man, there's a lot happening, and hopefully one day Jamaica will give me a key to the country kind of thing. I don't know, some kind of ambassadorship, man, because I'm out here representing. You know, I really love being where I'm from and having put my input on something that's so huge, you know, and having my input come from dancehall culture, you know, into something that makes sense for the whole world. I mean, you have to think, what does it take to make a song make sense to the entire world? And for Lean On to be doing that, I directly attribute that to my dancehall background.
Okay, on to your solo projects. I know there's a few things you want to mention, so I'm just going to hand it over to you. Plug what you need to plug, mention what you need to mention, tell people about everything you're up to.
All right, well, I finally got my first rhythm dropping. It's called Confessions, and it's got Assassin, Pressure, Denis, and Carlos Turner. I'm hoping that I can get that mastered this week and drop it very soon. I also have a song with Candy, who is Nyla's younger sister. Nyla sang on our album. She sang Save Us, yeah. And I also have a song with Salvatore Ganacci from Sweden, one dancehall song that I should be doing a video for and releasing this summer as well. And of course, you know, the mixtapes don't stop coming. I did Kenyatta Fire's mix for everybody out there. Go to my SoundCloud and get that. It's a great, if you love like soul reggae, you're gonna love it. If you love like reggae, like I'm gonna say Gregory Isaac still, but like reggae with like some kind of like soul kind of vibe to it, you'll love that mix CD, and you'll love that artist, Kenyatta Fire. And I think last time we spoke, I was on the fence about doing another Major Lazer mix CD, and I'm still kind of there. You know, like, I don't know. It just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. So, you know, But I've started a few other things that are going to make it even harder to do. Time is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, my friend. And, you know, we've been doing this for a while now, so we have to prioritize. And we have to get them out the way in order of importance. So a mix CD is the least important thing, but I miss it, and I really want to do it. So I'm going to put my heart to doing one at some point.
Lastly, do you know, will there be a third season of Noisy Jamaica? And if there will you be a part of it?
Yeah, man, there will be. And will I be a part of it is a good question. Like I said before, man, I'm very blessed, extremely blessed, and extremely humbled by what's happening right now with the music. But what's happening with the music is the most important thing. It's actually taking precedence over every other thing. And if last year we did about 330 shows, this year we might beat that, and that's doing 3 shows a day, you know. And that was last year with Boomaye. We were doing that many shows. So if I can get, if I can focus on the task at hand right now and give all I have to this Major Lazer project right now, I think that would make the project as big as it can, because everyone else is going to give everything they have and focus on this task. And so stuff like Vice Noisy and some of the other documentaries and some of the other stuff I'm doing is going to be very difficult. I did just do Vice Brazil, and I did just do Vice Miami, but it was very difficult to do both of those. Extremely difficult. Vice Brazil should be coming out very soon, and then Vice Miami I think is going to come out in a couple months. But extremely difficult to do both of them. And so when you see me in it, you're going to see very small cameos of me in both. Not like the Jamaica one where it was me every single day going and shooting and doing everything. So, but I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. You know, like I said before, I'm very humbled by what's happening right now, and I'm very appreciative. So just want to get this Major Lazer project to you guys, man. So everybody out there, please listen to what Gibbo's about to say right now. Gibbo, what are you about to say about that great Major Lazer album right now? What are you going to say, Gibbo?
I was going to say that it's on my iPod. I've been listening to it since it came out. There was a few of the tracks available beforehand on SoundCloud. You guys do a great job of making stuff available on there. And I think it really appeals to a wide audience. What I will say is I've got friends who don't know anything about dancehall or reggae music, but they know all about yourself and Major Lazer, so I think that really says it all. Certainly worth purchasing.
And hopefully it'll translate. That's what Major Lazer really wants to be, is the bridge. But not just a bridge between dancehall. Let's be very clear. I don't consider myself stuck in representing dancehall. I consider myself a person that represents my Caribbean region. So hopefully they'll also bridge themselves to soca, bridge themselves to zouk and compa and cumbia and salsa and merengue. You know, that's my main priority, is getting people to understand that Caribbean music is the best music in the world, and that they should investigate further into what's happening. Dancehall, of course, being one of the many musics of the Caribbean that I want people to be a part of. So when you hear the album and you hear something like Bubbling from the Dutch world, or you hear zouk bass, or you hear something and you just say, man, there's something about that that's so familiar, or you've never heard it before and it's completely unfamiliar, hopefully you'll do some research and you'll see that, you know, these are all things that have an origin in the Caribbean, and they're all really good music. So that is my job, is to be an ambassador for my region, which is the Caribbean. And so hopefully when they get to Major Lazer, they'll then go on to something that is a little bit more directly in the Caribbean right now.
Walshy, as you touched on earlier, your schedule is crazy. So honestly speaking, thank you for taking time to chat once again.
Yeah, man. Sorry about my voice, man. I had a mash up 2 dance last night. Let me tell you something, man. As much as I do this Major Lazer stuff, every chance I get, I still try to go to a dance hall and go deal with it. So New York City, I love you guys, man. I had a wonderful time at those 2 clubs last night, but John and my wife's gone. But yes, thank you so much, Gibbo. I really appreciate everything. And for those people who are looking for the Soundclash side of the interview, we'll deal with it in a month.
July should be dropping when the list for the first half of 2015 is published.
So in a month, we'll talk about everything Soundclash, because I know people probably want to hear a lot of what I want to say about what's been happening with, you know, my own sound, and of course some of the other clashes that have been happening. So yeah, that one's gonna be, you know, spicy. So Gibbo, big up, man, every time. Big up yourself, King. Much respect.
Gibbo presents